The member for Ryan.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Defence. Will the Minister update the House how the Morrison government is investing in the Australian Defence Force so our servicemen and women can have the resources they need to keep our nation safe as we chart our comeback through the COVID-19 pandemic?
The Minister representing the Minister for Defence.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I thank the honourable member for Ryan for his question and thank him for his strong support of our defence personnel that live in his electorate not too far away from Nogra Barracks. Mr Speaker, obviously the first role of our government is to make sure that we can keep Australians safe, and we've endeavoured to do that through closing our borders internationally to keep Australia safe from COVID-19, and we have worked very hard off the back of that to rebuild the economy and help people get back into work. But it is apparent, Mr Speaker, to all Australians, and certainly it should be apparent to all Australians, that to have a secure nation, it is absolutely non-negotiable as a precondition to us being able to have a prosperous nation, and we won't compromise on that principle. Mr Speaker, the work of our servicemen and women, both here domestically and internationally, is something that should be of great pride to all Australians, and the work that they do has to be backed up by the appropriate investment, and it's why we are putting a record amount of money, in fact more money than any government since Federation, into our defence personnel, Mr Speaker, and we are very proud of that, and it's as a result of having managed the budget well over a number of years, making tough decisions so that we can invest into our Australian Defence Force. Over the next decade, Mr Speaker, we are spending $270 million. An amazing investment and a well-deserved investment for those men and women, because we know that that work to modernise the Australian Army, to make sure that we can invest, for example, $55 billion into the land domain capability over the next 10 years, will make them one of the most professional forces in the world. And, Mr Speaker, under that program there is a $5 billion Boxer Combat Reconnaissance program. It will deliver 211 vehicles, and the majority of those will be built at Rheinmetall Australia's Redbank facility, not too far from the member's electorate in Queensland. And the remarkable thing about that is that over the 30-year life of the Boxer, Australian industry is expected to secure over $10 billion worth of work. So it means small manufacturing firms in electorates right across Queensland, in fact right across the country, will be able to provide component parts and work very closely with this program and others. And the point, Mr Speaker, is that that investment that we're making is not only supporting our servicemen and women, but it is creating jobs in the suburbs across the country. So at a very difficult time in our country's history because of the COVID virus, we have, through our investment into defence, been able to support people in jobs, and those jobs will continue to grow into the future. Mr Speaker, it doesn't stop there, of course. We're investing in air and sea capabilities, and we'll make sure that we continue to do that.